Good morning, everyone, everywhere around the world. Today's one-a-day is unconscious incompetence or unconscious competence. This is going to be the dividing factor, whether or not you're going to thrive through this chaos or you're only going to survive. You know, I've never wanted to be just a survivor. That means that we're just limping along. But if you notice something in our society, they teach you that it's great to be in the war and it's great to come back as a survivor. Well, you know what? I'm not fighting this war and I'm not going to end up being a survivor. I'm going to be a thriver. Do you know why? Because I'm going to love, I'm going to honor, I'm going to respect, I'm going to trust in myself. I'm not going to trust in anyone else. You know, when you really learn to trust in yourself, that is the only time that you're truly living life. What happens when a person dishonors themselves, disrespects themselves? I'm going to tell you what happens. You get sick. You lose your wealth, you lose your health, you lose your mind. But wait a minute. Anybody that gets sick and has a disease, they're not at ease. And understand something, there's a lot of uncertainty, there's a lot of doubt, and there's a lot of worry out there. But what happens when you get a nation that dishonors itself, disrespects itself, doesn't love itself? Well, then you get a nation filled with hate. Let me tell you something right now. This one-a-day is what? Unconscious incompetence. How competent do you feel about today? Okay, understand something. There is a great evil that has taken over. This is what happens when you disrespect and dishonor yourself and you don't know about self-care and self-love. That's right. Let me tell you something. You can believe whatever you want, and I hope that your religion, your belief, your faith are empowering beliefs, because if they're not, you are in trouble. Now, is there evil on this planet? Yeah, well, that's kind of obvious, okay? Is there greatness and beauty? Well, this is it, baby. This is it. It's here. So you can have two things going on at once, but you don't have to become one. Both. You can stay that one. Let me tell you something. When you understand that it's not healthcare, it's what? Self-care. It's not love, it's self-love, because love is just an ingredient. Do you actually think that if everyone had the mind mastery that I have, that this would be going on in the world right now? Because guess what? When you get the largest percentage of the population opting in to have poison injected into them, that they're going to drink poison, that they're going to eat poison, that they're going to think poison, this is where we go. We have actually brought on this problem. The Bill Gates of the world, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and all of these people, the Mark Zuckerbergs, you know, all of these people who think that they're going to save us by hurting us, by killing us. And we're buying into it. Now I just heard that, you know, there's a few states in the United States that now, because the coronavirus is now staying in the house because it's not on the streets, we must go and break your door down, go in and search out the virus. I hope you understand that these people have been taken over by an evil entity. You know, it's like this. We start off with a thought. That thought becomes a belief. That belief becomes a program, and we become that program. What happens when people have evil thoughts? Well, they become evil entities. And whether you want to believe this or not, there's a lot more, probably about 99.9% of the population are just beautiful, lovely people, but they're unconsciously incompetent because they've never learned to love, respect, and honor themselves. And that's why we're in this mess right now. If you loved and honored and respect yourself, you wouldn't go through a drive-through. You wouldn't go to a doctor when you needed health because you would know that a doctor doesn't practice health. You'd know that when you go to a surgeon, he's going to say, I'll keep an eye on that for you until the tumor grows bigger. Or when you go to a medical doctor, he's going to write you a script for some drug, which is a poison. So understand something. When you don't know how to mind your own business, then your business becomes everyone else and you get sold off from the pound. So I know right now that we're not going to get some global change right now. I mean, do you know how hard it was for me to learn how to love myself? Do you know how hard that was for me? Okay, my father was a born-again Christian, and all he could do was talk about being with Jesus. And I believe in Jesus, and I believe in Christianity, and I believe in many things. But the reality is my father never loved himself. My mother was raped by her father, so, she became an alcoholic earlier. And so I had a born-again Christian father that couldn't wait to be with Jesus, and a mother that was an alcoholic who hated herself but wanted her father's love but hated her father. So you see, our thoughts can rule, school, and fool us. You need to really take a look at what's going on in that mind of yours and know that you were created by something that's bigger than everything else on this planet. And you've got to believe in that, because you've got to believe in something bigger than yourself, because you can only grow consciously. And we have stopped growing consciously. We are unconscious. How in the hell did we get here? Where they actually have told the whole planet to stay in the house, okay? And guess what? If you did your research and you added up the numbers, you would know that this disease is not a disease. You would know that this virus is dead. And you would know that the only people that are affected by this virus are people that are dying already. I wish you could learn to love, respect, and honor yourself. Because if you could do that today totally and hold the loving line and become the light for your family, this would end. That would mean that you would not buy any more processed food, alcohol, cigarettes. That means you would not let your kids just game all damn day. That means that you would what? You wouldn't have to have a toke every night because you have to bring yourself down. I don't know about you, but I'm telling you right now, I've decided that no matter what goes on in the world, I will have a beautiful day every day. Because guess what? I love and I honor and I respect and I trust in Daryl. And I will love, honor, and respect Daryl first and foremost before even my family. Do you know why? Because I need to keep my wits about me, and I need to vibrate high, and I need to hold the line, and I need to be a Braveheart warrior for my family, and I'm going to be. And guess what? I'm not going to go around trying to tell people that are unconsciously incompetent about their future right now, because guess what? They're lost. That's that herd immunity. If you don't understand that there's a certain sector that actually they worship evil, they worship the devil, then I'm sorry. But the reality is you don't need to go down that rabbit hole. But I've gone down that rabbit hole, and understand something. Matrix was not a movie. It's real life right now. They're sucking on us. And we do not understand that. And understand something. Your children, they're coming after your children. And let me tell you something. You know that movie, that cartoon, Monsters Incorporated? You know, the one that kids love, where they go in and they scare children, okay? And they hurt children, all right? Well, isn't that what's going on? Aren't they after our children? Are they hurting our children? Are they scaring our children? Okay, let me tell you something. There's a whole group on this planet that actually live off pain and suffering. You haven't noticed that yet? Oh my God, when will you wake up? God is great. God created the universe. God created enough food, enough water, and guess what? Enough love in our hearts if we're willing to tap into our hearts. But guess what? You won't. You've got a landmine going on, and that's why, you know what? Your day is going to be filled with bumps. 1 minute, okay, I got this. Next minute, I don't got this. Next minute, I got this. There's no not getting this. I am an infinite spirit. I am a child of God, and I will damn well act like it today. And understand something. I love all of you. And I pray for you all in a good way, that you find the strength that you already have deep down in your hearts, and you rise your spirits up and you go, no more will I disrespect, no more will I dishonor, and I will totally trust in myself, because I was created by God Almighty and I'm going to act like it. Have a beautiful day. You deserve it. Have the best day of your life. And if you want, check out braveheartfree.com. It's an online emotional course, because guess what? As long as you're an emotional roller coaster, you're going to feel sick to your stomach. All right? Trust in yourself. God bless.